Listen up. Put the sea behind us. Just let it push us along till we lay up somewhere. The storm's easing up, boys, so we just look for the lights on the shore to guide us in. Don't you give up hope on me now. It's a good boat. She'll get us through. We'll get you home, okay? We're all going home.
We're with you, Skipper.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheapseat Reviews.
Hello and welcome to Cheapseat Reviews. Cheapseat what? Cheapseat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 140, and today we are talking about The Finest Hours. Hours. Plural? I can't remember. Oh, I gotta unmute the guys. There you go. Sorry. You guys were talking and I had you muted. Sorry. I'm sure it was the funniest bits ever. I am The Finest Hour. Okay. I am Sean Ard, and joining me tonight is Andrew. Could they not have brought a bigger boat, Jimison?
Hi there.
Hi. Corny, and he mutes himself. Okay. Corny. Of course the what? Oh, of course the man, my glasses screwed me up. I wrote cook, but I did not read that. Of course the cook is huge. Logan. Oh.
And you keep letting me go on a boat.
Oh my gosh.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
No, that's okay. And Sam, good thing MacGyver is the mechanic vector.
Absolutely. And just so you know, Sean, if we were out to sea and we have a lifeboat, I'd make sure I would take it from you and chop it into pieces and survive on my own.
Okay, that sounds normal.
Yeah.
And not at all atypical of how you would act. So let's pull up a chair and dive into this movie. The Finest Hours. 2000.
You
don't.
Hey, by the way,
You don't.
Sam gets the MacGyver quote. Come on, really?
What?
Yes.
I figured I would be the MacGyver guy.
Well,
I might have been the only one who watched it religiously growing up.
You've got the what? Come on now, you got the huge
you've got
cock
the cook.
thing. I mean, cook.
Good, yeah.
Whoa.
I almost said it too. That would have been awful. And
Something wrong with y'all.
I know. Well, you're right. 2016's The Finest Hours. So we've had a streak here of some. In fact, the last 3 movies we've done were all 2016, which is pretty cool. So I say yay for Netflix for getting some pretty new and recent movies. So good job. Either that or you're getting a bunch of shit films that no one wants. I think that's true for one of the movies we've done.
Recently, yeah.
That would be The Curse of Sleeping Beauty. London Has Fallen, I think, was actually a fine film. I enjoyed it. And if you don't believe me, go back and listen to last week. But The Finest Hours is this one. I had forgotten that this was
Finest Hours.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you if you keep doing that the whole show.
Do it, Sam.
I'll do it.
Yeah, and you also know I think he's just baiting you, Sam, because he wants you to me to hang up on you. Because he knows I'll do it. I'm crazy. I'll do it. I got a button. What was I gonna say? I don't remember.
It's a knob, really.
No. Well, the oops. What was that?
What in the world?
Oh,
are you playing like a ukulele or something?
No, it's the little noise that my Mac is telling me that. I don't know why. It just did. Skype is being Skype. Who cares? Skype is dumb. Anyway, so I was gonna say I had forgotten that this was a Disney movie. I'd forgotten. So
that explains everything.
Does it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of does, actually.
Yeah.
It explains zero cursing.
Yep.
It explains.
Well, there's a couple of words.
Are there? I heard them say "but" one time, and I was like, "Can they say that?"
I'm pretty sure they said GD one time.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think.
Yeah.
that's actually pretty unheard of for a Disney.
There's the forced weird romance.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's say so. So Andrew, you do your intro, please, sir, and then we'll do this right and proper.
The Coast Guard makes a daring rescue attempt off the coast of Cape Cod after a pair of oil tankers are destroyed during the blizzard of 1952.
Cool. All right. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
those oil tankers weren't very made very well back then, apparently.
No, and apparently the captains of said oil tankers were complete idiots.
Yep.
Which I put as a trope, by the way. You know, the guy's like, "Hey, the boat's gonna break. We should slow down." And the captain's like, "No, go faster." And I'm like, "Oh, there's a trope." Your engine guy, the guy that made the weld in your boat, is saying that it's dangerous, but forget it, whatever. So that's a trope. But this movie is based on real events, and I thought it was very cool that during the end credits they actually showed newspaper clippings and pictures of the actual people.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too.
That was very cool. So I say kudos to them. Now I was trying to do some research on the movie, as I often do, mainly to avoid arguments with Sam. But this, I kind of wanted to find out how true to the story the movie was. And the closest I could really come up with was that one of the guy who was in the very front of the boat, the little boat, right, who was the Navy guy who volunteered, saw this movie in the theater and said, "I didn't really think it was all that dangerous." So that
tells you something, right?
It tells me one of two things: either his memory is just different, or we Hollywooded the hell out of this thing to make it super dangerous, to make it more compelling of a movie, right?
Well, that one guy did die.
Yeah, the tiny, which of course is a trope that we have to make the the big guy. Oh, the big guy must be called Tiny. That's funny. So it's fine. But I was really trying to see if I could really find any. Really anything that says that this is actually kind of pretty real, and without going too far.
Yeah, I was
down the rabbit
surprised at
hole.
the lack of trivia on this.
Yeah,
tell you the
there
truth.
really
Usually,
isn't.
based on true story stuff has a ton of stuff to look at.
Yeah. So what all I can say is that what I know about the movie is that, one, it didn't make a whole lot of money.
Would you say it sank?
Yeah. Especially by Disney standards, it did.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. That was a good joke. So, was this a first-time viewing for all of us?
Was for me.
Yes.
Horny?
Yes, this was my first time.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So that'll make
Sorry, I
this.
was coughing to death.
No, that's fine.
No, it's not. I don't want to die.
Well, but I accept your excuse for not talking immediately. I'm just teasing. I hope you're all right. Drink a beer. You'll be fine. I'm actually drinking root beer tonight.
Well, aren't you a rebel?
Hey, when you're done, won't you just fold your dress up nicely and have a good night?
You know what?
Yep.
You can make fun of me all you want, but this is, in fact, we can even make the joke go even farther, because it's microbrew root beer. So, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So not only am I drinking root beer, but it's pretentious root beer at that. So.
I like it.
Nice, Nancy.
I know, right? No, I would need a more pretentious name. I would need something like, I don't know. There's got to be something super pretentious out there.
Like Sean.
Yeah, that's not a pretentious name. Sean Connery, he's not pretentious at all. So what? There you go. I was waiting for him. Anyway, Andrew, your initial thoughts on this movie, The Finest Hour, and not my root beer.
I too did not know that this was a Disney movie. I don't think it needed to be. Matter of fact, it probably would have been better had it not been a Disney movie, because I think what you said about it Hollywooding it up, I think that Disney was trying to just make this a more exciting movie than it really was, or needed to be, for that matter.
All right.
I do appreciate the fact that this movie told a story, and it had the goal of telling us how this rescue, or, well, it may have exaggerated, but it told us how the story happened. It didn't waste my time on trivial things. It didn't, there was a little touch of romance here and there was a few comedic things here and there, but it didn't waste my time on that. It touched on it, and it moved on to the actual story, which I appreciated. It gave a little bit of backstory on each main character or characters, the people on the oil ship, the Coast Guard members, and of course our main character and his love interest.
Captain Steve Rogers.
Yes. And so, I felt like it did its job. Now, was it a great movie? So. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it wasn't a bad watch. I don't know that I would watch it again. But, yeah, I did enjoy the fact that even when he was soaking wet, Chris Pine somehow managed to still be the most attractive human being on the face of the planet. And I envy him to that effect.
Yeah. Well, sure.
And that's per my wife. That's not my words.
I have quotes from my wife too, so this is great. Corny.
I mean, they don't call it the finest hours for nothing.
That's right.
I like to call that between 10 and 1 o'clock in the morning. That's when the fine ladies come out.
Yeah, is that real? Is that
By
how
fine
you got those?
Ladies, I mean the people at Waffle House when they bring in my food.
I was gonna say,
Thank
is that
you
how
very
you
much,
got? Is that how you
Velma,
got your?
I will see you next week.
Your free shots.
Yeah. But no. I didn't find this movie to be. I wasn't scared enough for a movie with two of the things that I hate currently, which is large bodies of water and boats.
Chris Pine. Oh.
No, come on, man, get out of here. No one hates Chris Pine. But no, I mean, it was kind of a bland movie, and I'm kind of with Andrew on that. I could have seen a little bit more death personally, but
this is like the second time you wanted a movie based
too
on
much stuff going on for not enough people to die. It bothers me. The ratio of accidents to death was not good.
Half a boat died. We just didn't see it on camera, and a whole other boat died.
If I didn't see it, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. No pictures, no proof. This is the same.
No pictures, it didn't happen.
This is the same argument Corny made when we watched We Were Soldiers, and he's like, "I think the Mel Gibson character should have died." Like he wrote the book.
I still want him to die. I can have what I want.
He wrote it post-mortem.
Maybe I'm just in a whole death thing, but I really just could have dealt with more death, and I didn't get that, and I was very upset by it. So maybe in the future, we'll get the finest hours to the quickening.
Revenge of the Wave or something.
Yeah, and Chris Pine just goes on an all-out manslaughter, and I'll get what I want. But until then, I'm gonna have to deal with this. I'll put it this way: I think it was at least worth the watch. I don't hate that I watched this movie. Will I watch it again? Probably not. But I do think it was worth the watch. And I gotta be honest with you, I was digging on the music. That kind of kept me in it. And I don't know if it was the drugs or the.
You mean the medicine?
You call it what you want. I call it what I want. But something did make it at least enjoyable. So that's my 2 cents.
All right.
Cool.
Sam?
Well, I just watched this thing recently. Yeah, you can call me Captain tonight. Captain Seabird.
No, I'm not calling you Captain.
Come on, man.
No.
All right. Well, then what was I talking about?
I don't know.
This
I
movie.
don't remember.
I when it first started, you see the big Disney castle thing in there. I was like, uh-oh, what am I getting myself into? Because Disney has a bad history of making cheesy, kind of goofy, feel-good movies. Does that make sense?
It does, absolutely.
Yes.
Especially with the live action stuff like this that isn't based on some sort of cartoon or something like that. And it had me worried. And I don't know. The chick in this movie freaked me out. Strong-willed chick, trying to. I don't know. Just she
overcooked my grits.
Yeah, she's scary. She's scary.
She's scary.
Yeah, but
yeah, women who think and do things on their own is scary to Sam.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
I was getting ready to say, Sam, do you say that women shouldn't be independent and?
I'm not saying that per se, but no. I don't know. It's just she struck me in the wrong way. Not that women should
probably
be
because she
strong.
hit you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Jen and Samantha are like half of our listening audience. Don't piss them off.
Right.
That's very true. Very true. No, but this particular woman seemed a little strange to me. I don't know if it's because several months went by between like a 5-second cut in the film, and we didn't see any progression. And all of a sudden, she's asking him to marry him or marry her on the dance floor. And to me, it felt like that was their first date. So
That actually seems a bit psycho. I'm actually with Sam on that. That's
yeah.
It feels weird for the time.
Okay.
This is
No,
it's the 50s. You know what I'm saying? It's the 50s, right? Like there's an expectation then that women, like you wear a dress and you stay home and you take care of the kids and the cooking and the cleaning, right? Like
Yep.
cooking and the cleaning.
like
and
the sexism, yeah. I certainly wasn't going for a Bill Cosby thing because there's all kinds of other connotations there.
Sorry, it was way too easy to.
That's fine. But like sexism was a height in our culture at that point.
And I understand that, and I understand. I mean, from what I read in the, trying to look up the history of this, she was like that. She was just a very strong-willed woman, and he was more mild-mannered. He was not the Chris Pine persona.
Yeah, he's not Captain Kirk. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Pine.
Speaking of which, he played his role like really well. I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
In this movie, I thought he did too. I thought he did real well. He was trying his best to not look so just darn face lickable. You just want to lick his
The
face.
F, Sam.
What? Yeah.
What just happened? Oh my
Sean,
god!
if you don't isolate that audio, I will slap you in the face.
Oh my lord!
But yeah, you just want to lick him in the face. He's such a good-looking man. It's hard to see him as this little kind of humble guy. And but anyway, the movie I agree with Andrew in terms of just I don't know. The story progressed, and it wasn't a whole lot of filler, which was good. I liked the scenes on the boat. The big boat, the big tanker, much more than I liked any of the other scenes. I wanted to see how they were trying to stay alive. And I don't know if anybody else asked this question, but don't you think if it ran aground, it's not going to sink, right?
Right.
And also, why didn't they try to extend the air intake?
That was one question I thought of. And then like why can't you just, somehow find a way to get some tubing or metal or something and aim it up or something or bend the metal up. I asked that question too, to my head.
I don't know.
So
can't help you there. I'm still pondering lickable face.
Yeah, lickable face. Yeah.
Yeah. The grit of his beard, kind of tickles your tongue.
Did he have a beard?
I don't know, but this is getting weird and uncomfortable. I need a safe place.
What do you think, Sean? What do you think of the movie? I thought it was just it turned into a cheesy Disney flick. I did like that there was some death and destruction in terms of Tiny. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And especially the way they showed him underneath the water. I was like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Where's Samwise Gamgee to reach down into the water and pull them out.
Right.
And actually, I do have a problem with that. Fat guys float. Just a little easier to-
Well, yeah, I guess. He was a
So
big guy.
Sean,
Yeah.
so do you think
so
Chris
this-
Pine is lickable?
So that no.
No?
No. He is a
You a damn liar.
Yeah, he is a handsome man. And
Nobody tastes like popcorn,
popcorn? Not after this movie. No, at this movie he's probably more like
like a salted caramel taffy.
oh, I was just gonna say like salted caramel. Okay, sure. That's as least creepy I think as we can get with this. No, so this movie, I think we're all kind of in agreement that this movie was, it was okay.
It's okay. Yeah,
like-
I'm glad I saw it,
Yeah,
but I probably won't watch it again.
it was okay. So with me, when I saw this movie come out in the theaters, or I didn't watch it in the theaters, this was my first time, but when I saw that it was coming out in the theaters, I was like, ooh, that looks kind of cool. Oh, it's got Chris Pine and that guy who was the fiery dude from the Hostage movie. And,
Oh yeah, that's where I saw him.
yeah. And
Okay.
so I'm like, okay, this is a disaster movie. I said, this looks kind of cool, like The Perfect Storm, only they don't all die at the end. Spoiler. So sorry.
Son of a bee.
It's been several years. Go watch it. So anyway, so I was really excited for it, and so like my expectations for it. Then I saw the Disney logo, and that actually made me go, "Oh, neat!" Because
really?
Because I had
So
forgotten.
you had the opposite reaction that I had.
Well, yeah, because I was, like those National Treasure movies aren't great, but they're fun. Like you kind of have a good time with those, and so it's like, oh, maybe this is going to be like another. I mean, it's not a Bruckheimer film, but maybe it'll be like a National Treasure or a Pirates of the Caribbean that kind of pleasantly surprises you. And it really didn't pleasantly surprise me. It kind of met really just your expectations for a Disney movie. You've got a hero that you like, a likable hero. And I thought Chris Pine was great as him. I thought he was really, really good as that character because he's playing such an unimposing person. And the movies we're
He's
used
wicked smart.
and the movies we're used to seeing him are in Captain Kirk, where he's this type A aggressive personality, or he's going to be in the new Wonder Woman movie where he's a soldier, and he was in that This Is War kind of movie with a little bit of action, but basically is a rom-com with Tom Hardy, and he's basically a super agent in that. So, super agent? That's not a word. Secret agent. But so we're kind of used to these roles for him, and then even in Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit, he's the unimposing super secret agent person. He was still in the Marines, and he killed the big guy from the movie that we watched. So anyway, so in this movie, I thought he was really good. The wife, she did kind of annoy me when she kind of burst into the Coast Guard, and they're all like, "Go home," and she's like, "No, you need to call him back," whatever. So anyway,
Yeah, you don't do that in the in that type of organization. You
No,
just don't do
you
that.
don't.
Maybe that's why I got
forget
upset
that
with
she
her,
was
too.
a woman. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, if it
Yeah.
would have been his best friend, who isn't in the military, or who isn't in, I mean, it's not the military, but it's the service. You don't do that. Like, that's their job. So here is, and I'm going to go ahead and just start out of the bat with this. My biggest beef with the movie by far. 100%. I paused the movie and talked to Sarah about it because it was driving me crazy. Okay? So his commanding officer, Eric Bana, which oddly enough plays the bad guy in the first Star Trek reboot. So there's some.
Also as the Hulk.
Who was the first Hulk, which was the real bad one.
I like to ignore that.
Yeah, we all kind of do.
Although he battled the universe, if I remember right, in that Hulk.
He battled the universe?
No, he battled his dad in some water and then yelled about taking all his power.
And there was a lot of weird color things happening. I don't remember much of that.
I thought he was like the power of the universe or something.
No.
Anyway, that's why that movie's forgettable.
That's Aladdin. Infinite powerful universe.
Go ahead and tell me
Oh,
Yeah. So they make him out to be the biggest a-hole in this movie. For some reason, the movie goes out of their way to make him seem like a horrible person, right? So I get it. He's not from there. He's using this kind of weird Southern accent. I mean, he did all right for an Australian, but he's not from there, and so all these other people are like, you don't know these shoals like we do, and so he sends that other crew around, right? And then this other tanker, like, they find out that there's this other tanker right there. Like, the dude goes out to the pier, and then he hears the horn blowing, and he comes back, and he's like, there's another tanker, and then they find out, yep, there is another tanker. So he sends Kirk and his crew out, and he's made out to be this horrible person, and I'm sitting there screaming, this is their job, right? Like,
let me ask this question.
Okay, please.
Is there an antagonist in this movie?
The nature.
I feel like what Disney's trying to do here is, because there is no human antagonist, they're trying to add in his character, and they're trying to add in what's his face from the oil tanker that was against the whole idea of, just to give us some conflict. Which, did that exist in the true story? Who knows? Probably not.
Yeah.
They're just doing their job, like you said.
Right, and that's my point. That's what I got. Yeah, okay, if you want to make that guy on the tanker kind of the point of aggression, and he challenges Ben Affleck's younger brother, fine, right? And I thought that Casey Affleck did a good job in this movie also, as kind of, again, this unimposing but really, as Corny would say, wicked smart guy, right? who knew what to do, right? He saved their lives.
Thank you.
So,
is it bad that I kind of like him as an actor, though?
Casey Affleck, why?
Casey Affleck. I don't know. It's just, everything I've seen him in, I've liked his characters.
Are you
including those underwear?
Did you feel
and I'm not talking about lickable faces and things like that. It's just I think I like the kind of the weaselly, not weaselly, but just, we all know that guy.
It's funny. You almost feel like you're like arguing against yourself. Like, you feel like you shouldn't like him because he's Ben Affleck's brother.
Yeah. But I just think he does well in the things that he.
I liked him in the Ocean's movies. I thought he was fine in the Ocean's movies.
Yeah.
He plays a nerd pretty well. Anyway, so that's really my biggest issue, right? Is that
and they had to make him a Southerner, of course.
Yeah, to make him different. They could have made him from New York, and he would have still been an outsider, right? But maybe maybe the actual guy was Southern. Who knows? I don't know. But it was just really annoying. That was really the only part, truly, that it really bothered me in the movie, is that, I mean, the wife was, or fiance or whatever she was a little weird. I did laugh out loud with Sarah when he said, when do you want to get married? And she said April 16th, which, of course, is my birthday.
I said gross.
Of course you did.
I almost recorded myself saying gross just so I could play it right now.
Oh.
And it was just too much. I was in bed.
That's fair. Anyway, so that's really my only beef, is that just because, I don't know, I really like movies where when you have people, whether they're men or women, who are risking their lives for other people. I find that really compelling, and thus our top 3 list will be, reminiscent of that, or not reminiscent, not the word. Will be. I'll highlight that because I like those types of movies where, this is their job. So I had a couple friends in Wilmington when I lived down there who were in the Coast Guard.
The Navy.
Well, I do have a friend in the Navy too.
I did too, except he had to be discharged because he was sleepwalking.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He couldn't control sleepwalking. Yep.
Wow,
And I guess that's a bad thing to be a sleepwalker on a Navy vessel.
Yeah, I mean, not just the fact that he might walk off the boat, but like he might walk into a place that's like high energy and dangerous and whatever. I mean.
Yeah.
What are you doing in the munitions dump?
What are you doing on the Red October?
Right?
Get out of here. I'm trying to sleep.
Somebody made a joke on another podcast I was listening to about them making a Hunt for Red October 2 just so they can Alec Baldwin out of retirement, like a nice fat Alec Baldwin to do the movie.
He won't fit through the little the cap to get it down into the submarine. Just kind of grease him up to get him through the hole.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure Alec Baldwin's going to be pretty busy for the next 4 years.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
got the market cornered on the Trump costume.
He's on the Trump train.
Yeah, he is. I made a joke today. Someone said something about Trump, and I said, Saturday Night Live should really do a skit where Alec Baldwin is like, I don't know, maybe he and Hillary Clinton like start making out over a bowl of spaghetti. You can call it Lady in the Trump. Anyway, there you go. Somebody can steal that idea and make some money off of it.
Nice.
Anyway, that's fine.
You nasty.
Yeah. Well, okay. Again, remember, of the four of us, Sam was the one talking about licking Chris Pine's face. Going on the first date, they want to take a boat on the water at night. That seems very strange. And I was supposed to cue this up, and I totally forgot. And I was supposed to play this.
It was a different time.
So he's right.
Oh, God rest his soul.
Chad's right. May he rest in peace. Worst marriage proposal ever.
Yeah, that's actually the one thing that made me a little wary of Little Miss Ma'am.
Well, then she ran out, and I'm like, dude, because at the time I was like, wait a second, it wasn't until he said it's been only a few months. I thought it was literally like the next night. So I'm like, she's creepy and needs to be stopped.
They put a date on there, right? Like when they first met, it was like, November 15th, 1951, and then the next one was, like February 3rd, 1952. So I mean, we're literally talking about 3 or 4 months. They put the date there, but you're still right, Sam. I mean, like it didn't hell, it could have been the second date for all we know. I mean, but like Chad said,
yeah,
it was a different time.
I mean, my mom's mom, she met my granddad at Thanksgiving because they were like pen pals. They were just talking to each other on the phone. They were pen pals when he enlisted because she was in the USO or whatever. And then she met him at Thanksgiving and they were married by Christmas.
Wow.
I mean, so that was just like Chad said. And they were married until he passed away in the mid-90s. So, still though, going on a boat on a first date is just kind of weird.
I'm on a boat.
So two boats broke and one didn't make it. That's pretty crazy. That two boats.
They're brokes.
Hey, brah. They broke.
Hey, brah.
I don't have that queued up.
Sup, brah? The boat just broke.
I should always have that. Here we go.
Hey, brah.
I know I should always have that queued up.
I found it funny, though, that it just kind of, bobbed around half a boat. It just seemed like it shouldn't be able to bob around as half a boat.
Well, I mean, like I said, there was they were all sealed up, so that's why I didn't come floating. Jesus. Wow, the bad jokes are bad tonight.
Oh, we're getting them out of the woodwork tonight.
So one of my quotes from Sarah, where is it?
Oh, she watched it with you.
She did. Well, she wanted to watch it because it's Chris Pine.
Well, she likes Chris Pine because she would lick his face.
She might, actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll ask her.
Stop it.
Later.
Wait, what?
I don't know. What was I wrote? Oh, I know this is based on true events, but damn, those men sure are lucky that one dude heard them blasting that horn from the pier. A lot of this movie was based on luck, right? I mean, how
far as you could tell, yeah.
It was lucky he heard the horn blast. It was lucky that it broke at the seam where the boat wouldn't immediately sink. It was lucky that Captain Kirk was able to pilot that little ass boat over the shoal. My God, is that how it really is? I mean, those shoals were bananas. I mean, I guess that's real, but how do they do any business at all? you know?
Well, I think they have to consult Dr. Scholes.
Oh, Dr. Scholl? Yeah. That's good.
I was looking for an N, and you
I
found it. Thank you.
love it. I love it.
That's great.
Oh,
Thank you. So,
I'm done.
I said I also wrote, I love it that the Navy guy is going to show up all these old Coast Guard guys. So that was pretty funny. And then our quote, she's kind of needy from Sarah, end quote. That's what Sarah
The
said.
wife?
Yeah, Sarah's like, she's kind of needy. So even Sarah was like, yeah, she's a little needy.
Well, generally the pretty ones are kind of crazy.
I don't know. I mean, there's the Barney crazy hot scale. Like,
Yep.
you can be crazy, but you got to be hot in order to. Anyway, I thought that the shot of when they were calling down, they only did it the one time, but when they were calling down the orders, right, from the top of the boat down to the engine room, was one of the coolest shots of the movie. I mean, probably
Agreed.
the
Indeed.
coolest shot, and it reminded me of that opening scene from Serenity. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one had a lot more cuts in it than Serenity. This one had, like every person was a cut because the camera would go in front of them. Like, it would use them as their cut, right? It would go by them, and it would be a black screen for maybe a half a second. And there's your cut. And then you could move on to the next guy. There's your cut. So there was probably, like, 6 cuts. But it was beautifully done. It was really, really good. So, bravo to that. I also wrote that when they were crossing the shoals, that was intense, and I wrote, that made my butt pucker up a little bit. So
I couldn't imagine. Just the boat was underwater.
yeah,
It's just crazy to me.
You see that mother it flipped?
And I've gone in some crazy oceans before. I was over in Hawaii and boogie boarding, and I lost 2 pairs of swimming shoes because the waves were so powerful when I'd fall into them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Shoes equal shorts.
yeah, and I just, that's just wild to me that people would be out in something like that.
I mean, those waves were dozens of feet tall, and yeah, I mean, it was really cool the way they filmed it. Again, I have no idea if this was real or not, but I don't care. The way they filmed it showed, Kirk basically, like, he was feeling out the waves. He's watching it, and he just kind of, like, there was a moment in the movie where they kind of have him just, like, he's zoning everything else out, right? Like, Pyro Dude is over there, screaming at him, and he's just zoning him out, and all of a sudden he can see the wave, and then he cranks the engine, and he freaking rode it like a surfboard. And I just thought that was really cool the way they filmed it, and it was very intense and just. But yeah, you're right. They went under the waves a couple times, and how would you like to have been the guy on the front of the boat? My gosh, I mean,
F that.
no kidding. I mean, there's nothing between you and the infinite ocean but a couple of inches of steel. That's about it.
Then you
Well,
will put me in the break.
I kept wondering if the sheer force of going in the water at that speed with the waves as powerful as they are, how would that not rip his body in half, or at least, really hurt his back?
Right. Yeah, whipping him.
Yeah.
Muffin button.
Chad's not here, corny, so there's really only one of us that gets it. And the other thing is that poor guy when there was a moment where he cut the spotlight off, and all of a sudden the guy in the front goes, "Hang on!" and they hit that wave really hard. The middle guy, flew up into the air and then landed back on the boat, and it's super lucky he only landed right back down, as opposed to got spun off, because then he would have been riding that surf back to Massachusetts. That was crazy. As if they need another challenge, a huge wave comes and re-breaks the ship. That was nice. What? Oh, that was my other a note I missed. That little boat that they took, I mean, the cabin of that thing broke off within the first 5 minutes. The moment they got into that boat, I thought, who are they rescuing in that? Like, is that whole thing only designed to rescue, like, fishermen?
Yeah.
A boat of a couple fishermen got lost, or they got stranded or something. Because, I don't know, whatever. But that's why that opening clip I played, and I had to condense it a little bit because it was like the full speech is like a minute and a half because there's a lot of moments where he's just kind of pausing and. But when they were all piled on there, I thought that was it's just crazy. And then how did those guys? Now, when you're going back with the surf, obviously it's a lot different. But like, how did they all hang on to go back over the shoals? You know, so. How are these guys not funny to death? Funny to death? Frozen to death.
Funny to death. That too.
All right, guys, we're here to rescue you. But just a warning, we're really, really funny. So if you fall off laughing, that's why.
Nice.
Good one, Moose.
It's a good thing Kirk has really good ears so that he could tell that the ocean sounded weird. That's how he knew to turn the light on and cut the engines because they were about to crash into the boat. That was...
I just assumed that was because he could hear the creak of metal.
And maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we all of us are music people, so we all are kind of attuned with our ears better than, I say, your average person. So, I mean, you guys can tell when sound changes, you know? So you would tell that there's a giant thing in front of you because the ocean would sound different. You know, like... I mean, you can tell when just another human walks into the room. You know,
it's kind of like when you're sound asleep and your child sneaks into the room and just stares at you while you're sleeping.
Good God.
You're right, because everything sounds weird.
Yeah.
And you wake up and you look and their face is 5 inches away from your face.
Yeah, and
then they say, "Daddy, I am hungry."
I get
this is where horror movies are made, right there.
Oh my gosh!
Just so you know,
I get the "Daddy, I have to go potty," but he just stands there, waits for you to wake up because he doesn't touch me. He just stands there. Gosh,
We had a thing with Parker for a while where he would literally walk by the bathroom to tell us he needed to go, and then we would go, go, and he didn't even go. We were like, just go, just pee.
Oh yeah, no. Declan walks by 2 bathrooms to go to the bathroom.
Good.
There's one down here where he is, but he doesn't like to use it because it's creepy, which I don't blame him. It's kind of weird. And then he walks by the upstairs bathroom, which is kind of designated as his bathroom. That's where his toothbrush is and stuff, to go into our bedroom to wake me up so he can go use the bathroom in our bedroom. But, I mean, at 4, and it's fine. I get it.
Damn, he 4?
Yeah, he's 4, dude.
Shit.
good Lord, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
Lucy's turning 6 tomorrow.
Y'all stop.
Wow,
That's
tomorrow.
crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. Look at that.
Parker's turning 15.
He's gonna be going
He's
to college.
getting his license.
Has he gotten his scholarship from Carolina yet? Because I know
Yeah.
Roy Williams likes to get him young.
'Cause won't that be awesome?
That would be awesome, dude. Anyway, sorry. What? I can't read. No, it's not my deaf noise. Oh wait, I mean I can play that if you want. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Is this it? There you go. That's all I got. What is this? I forgot. Oh yeah. There you go.
That works.
That works just fine. Talk about a trust fall when they're like falling off that ladder into the boat. That was pretty. And then, okay, so the thing that pissed me off, I already talked about. The guy is made to be the bad guy, even though that's his job to send men out to do dangerous things to save other people. I mean,
So he's basically Professor X.
oh yeah, I mean he's any other person in command ever, right? The difference is, and I think this is real. Most time in the movies, the commander is kind of looked on as this douche because he doesn't listen to his people. In this movie, he was like, take the thing and go out. And the other guys were like, it won't make it over the shoal. We need to go the long way down to the other place and take that boat. And he says, okay. He listened to the people under his command and made a decision, right?
Yep.
And then when no other option was available, we have to send Kirk through in that little boat through the shoals, right? That was the last resort. But he, as the commanding officer, has to do that. He has to make that tough call. So that was what annoyed me about the movie, because for some reason they just really wanted us to hate him, but it's not his fault. Here's the thing that was the dumbest part of the movie. And at that point, I kind of looked over at Sarah and I was like, okay, definitely a Disney movie. They all make it back fine, which is part of the story. That's what happened. Which Corny hates for some reason. He hates life for no reason, man. Who knows?
Give me cake or give me death or give me dead people on the boat.
So they're all at the place. I'll take cake place. So they all go to that place, right, to get food ready in case there are survivors. And then they lose power. So then the fat guy says, let's go down to the pier and see if we can help. Okay. So they all drive down to the pier, and little Miss Thing, who has never been a part of this. I mean, she's from the harbor, as she called it. She's from wherever they are.
The harbor.
She said it. I'm from here, or whatever. But it was her. Again, these are grizzled, seasoned, Bostonian, Massachusetts, Nantucket people, and she's the one that leaves the headlights on it, and they go, "Hey, what a good idea! Maybe we should light up the shore." I was so pissed. Seriously, like, that's so dumb. I don't understand how that was not. I actually said to Sarah, I thought that was the point of them all going down to the pier. In fact, when that one person parked in front of the building, I thought, well, they're not going to be able to help because their headlights aren't going to be able to, you're going to light up the building. But then, oh, nope. No, the woman had the good idea. Okay, fine. All right. Is that what we've come to now? So anyway, that. Again,
send all hate mail.
Listen, I am not here to say that women can't have
How
good ideas.
How dare you say that this poor young lady who was so mistreated in this society be looked down upon as someone who might not be a person to think of putting the lights on there at the end. I'm ashamed.
And if she is the one that invented the damn thing, fine. Then she gets all the credit in the world, and she should have a museum built after her. But it just seems weird that all of these people who have lived through all of these horrible things, and they said, let's go to the pier as if that's a normal thing. This part of the routine, well, let's just go down there to see what we can do. So why wouldn't that be your first instinct, is to create as much light as possible on the shore? That's why we have lighthouses. So anyway, that was fine. If you find my comment sexist, then you're clearly missing the point.
But if you find this comment sexy,
then email me. My personal email is something I'm not going to give you. Anyway.
Yeah, Shawnee for free.
Shawnee.
You got to wine and dine this mother.
That's right. Shut your mouth.
Just talking about Sean. And
then I said definitely a Disney movie that without a compass, they were able to find the exact point in which, they needed the movie to end at. It's not like they just found land somewhere and there was no one there. The power of love guided Kirk's hands, so he made it right back to her arms.
The power of love compels you.
Yeah.
The power of love compels you.
The other part that I laughed at was that all these men are there to help out, right? They're all like, oh, they help the other guys off, and they're patting them on the back and giving them all blankets. And then they all leave so that he and the girl can have a moment. And I thought, are none of you going to help out the poor captain? Like, the
Can we
guy...
have the boat, please? Can we have the boat, please?
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I hear the engine room's kind of warm right now.
Oh, yeah. That part was
bow, 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 bow.
Anyway, tropes I wrote: Captain doesn't listen to his people, and the cook is fat and named Tiny. So that's just who dies. That's all. You ready for some clips?
Let's do it.
Clippy clips. So for a Disney movie, this movie was actually pretty devoid of humor. So there's not a whole lot of humor in these clips. There are just some kind of moments in the movie that I liked, because not every time I can pick moments that are humorous. But here you go. The definition of the ocean.
Hey, don't worry, Miriam. We all get scared out there.
I'm not afraid of the water, Bernie. It scares me at night, that's all, You can't see what's underneath.
Just more water.
And sharks, Bernie, and sharks.
I like that.
You gotta watch out for them sharks, Bernie.
I just thought that was funny. It's just more water. Yeah, he's right. But anyway, so it's funny.
I gotta ask this question: did anybody else just close your eyes and just imagine we're talking about Bernie Sanders the entire time.
Every time the name was said.
Yeah, that's funny. I never
You know
even thought of
Bernie.
it.
You know Bernie's gonna do his best job he can. Doesn't
Never-
cut corners. I was like, you damn right.
I never
America.
even thought about that. That's great.
Way to go, Bonnie.
This is a different movie now. All right, here we go.
Shoot up! Yeah, boy! I can't get anyone on the bridge. I need you to go up and tell the captain we got an 18-foot fracture in our hull. Tell him these pumps are holding for now, but we don't put her into port, we're gonna wreck.
Captain don't understand me, Baloo.
I know he can't understand you. He doesn't listen to anyone anyway.
There you go. It's funny. It's funny because he has a southern accent. No one can understand people from the south. I get it. This is 38 seconds of I wrote a man with a plan. So, man with a plan. Here we go.
Now we're gonna set up a watch and look out for a shoal. I need 4 men working the police on the emergency tiller. I need 4 men manning the pumps after steering. The rest of you run a bucket line topside down below. Communicate with the engine room. And somebody keep blowing that whistle.
You heard him, boys. Now move it, come on. Sounds like you're the man now, Seabird. Hope you didn't just kill us all.
Yeah, what a dick. And
Sorry, I just got the scene from Lethal Weapon 4 when they're on the boat and, you know, Joe Pesci, all these nautical terms.
Nautical terms.
yeah, he's getting all mad. Port, stop it. Yeah, you just making stuff up. That part was pretty funny. And then the shark is in the boat trying to bite him. He pulls a gun out. Oh my gosh, what a funny movie. Yeah. And that dick guy also pulled another dick movie. He's like, you don't have anyone, you don't have any family, you don't have anyone to go home to. Like, yes, because people who don't have families don't want to live. What a dick. Anyway, I'm glad he lived. Here's a little funny moment.
Get back here! Get your butts back here! I lost my hat!
That was actually kind of funny. Casey Affleck being good. I just realized I only captured clips from 2 different actors. It's either Chris Pine or Casey Affleck. Anyway.
Which are pretty much the 2 leads.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, when we did the Transformers movie, most of my clips were from what's his name? I can't even think of his name. Stanley Tucci, even though Mark Wahlberg is the lead, but because it's a terrible film. Oh, wait, what just happened? We're not starting the show.
We interrupt this. Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
Feels funny not to be moving around, huh, Elton?
There you go. And then kind of the I don't know if you want to call it the Popeye moment of the movie, but it's certainly it's definitely I mean, the intro clip I played was definitely your "Today we celebrate our Independence Day" speech, but this was kind of the best I could come up with the Popeye moment of where, you know, this is it, right? So here we go.
The riding's so heavy you can hardly steer. So they're saying there's still 7 or 8 up there on board. Maybe we take these guys back in and come back out. Can't leave them out here alone. That boat won't last. We all live and we all die.
There you go. So
You better take this boat back to land. I ain't effing with you today. I'm sorry, Chris Pine. I will not lick your face.
So real quick, and then we'll do trivia because there's not much of trivia. So Corny, you mentioned earlier the music of the movie that you really liked.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree. Again, this movie, I don't know if the music was better than the movie, but the music was really good and compelling. And like, now it's Disney, right? So it's going to have these moments where they're supposed to tell you how to feel, right? So they're going to give you inspirational music when you need it, and you're going to get a little sad music when you need it. But the guy who wrote the music, Carter Burwell, is like the most famous person you've never heard of. He has done movies that actually have pretty good. He's done a lot of movies. I'm looking for movies that actually have really good soundtracks, such as he did the soundtrack to a Goofy movie, which is funny.
Oh dear.
But he did Conspiracy Theory, which is fine. The Jackal, which is fine. The Big Lebowski. Three Kings, which we've seen for this podcast. Mystery Alaska. He did A Knight's Tale, which we've also done.
Wow, he wrote for Queen?
He wait, what? Oh.
Nice.
He did the movie The Alamo, which I love that soundtrack. I love that music, and it's a good movie. Billy Bob Thornton, that's a good movie. No Country for Old Men, The Blind Side. He did True Grit.
Another movie I really want to see again.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good. So he's done a bunch of other stuff, but he's done some really, really good stuff. So good on you, sir. And I'm not going to hold it against you that you did Twilight. That's not your fault. Someone paid you to do that movie, and that's fine, right?
Yeah.
So
Is it really?
It is. It is.
Someone paid me to make Sean my little brother. So, you know,
that's fine.
Sometimes you just got to make the hard decisions.
Hey, and that's fine. I mean, everyone has their star crash, okay? So, Christopher Plummer was, Oscar nominee, was on Star Crash, and so was David Hasselhoff, right? So, sometimes you just need a paycheck, and that's fine. So, good for him. I had actually a friend of mine who was not a listener of the show, but a supporter of the show, I should say. Was a special effects guy, sort of practical effects. No, what was he? Oh, he's a camera dude. Sorry, he's a camera guy on that movie. So, anyway, Kevin is his name, and he's a good dude. And in fact, he owns his own, completely side story, but he owns a. Just going to give him some credit. He owns a furniture company up in Portland, Oregon, I think, and. I said, hey, I'll give you guys some shout outs and stuff if you can, support the show, right? And he was like, absolutely. What would you like? And I said, actually, it'd be really cool to have like a Cheapseat Reviews logo that you did with a wood burner.
Oh yeah.
And he said, no problem. So, whenever that happens, I'll put it all over the Twitter and the Facebook. So there we go. Anyway, Kevin's a good dude. But Twitter sucks. Not Twitter. Twilight sucks. All right. Anyway, moving on. Like, my wife loves those movies, but she hates the first one. So there's something to be said, I guess, about that one. And she also hates Kristen Stewart. So it's more like the idea of what the movies represent than the actual movie, if that makes any sense.
Miss Personality.
She's awful. She's a terrible actress.
Yep.
I still don't get how she was in that terrible Snow White and the Huntsman. Like, I understand
she slept with the director.
Yeah, but she slept with the director because she got the role. Not, she didn't get the role because she was sleeping with the director. Does that make sense?
You
think so? Yeah. You think she was banging him and that's how she got the role? Because she was terrible.
Possibly.
I would say so, probably.
Well, okay. Well, then, good for him or something. I don't know. Whatever.
That's how I got all my jobs.
Okay.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
2011, the United States Coast Guard Service named its first 153 boat fast response cutter the Bernard Weber, which is the main actor that Chris Pine played, or the character that Chris Pine played. The FRCs are the first class of cutter to be named after enlisted heroes. That's cool.
Yeah.
When the real Andy Fitzgerald, I mentioned this earlier, he was the guy at the front of the boat, the Navy dude. When he saw the finished film at the premiere, he said, I had no idea it was that dangerous. And Ben Foster, who was the pyro guy from Hostage, claimed that this role was the most physically demanding of his career due to the amount of time working in cold water.
Yeah, that's one thing they didn't really do in this movie was show the effects of the cold water.
Yeah.
Because that water out at that time of year in that area is like Titanic water.
Yeah.
During what's his name would be freezing to death, holding onto a door.
Right.
I don't think they did real well with that. Let's just say that.
No,
and this was during a blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the only time they actually felt that they felt cold was after the rescue, and Chris Pine is getting ready to turn the boat around. They actually showed where his nose was red and his cheeks and his chin were red and his hand was shaky. And that was it. I was like, oh, now they're cold. The last hour, the last 3 hours or 2 hours, they're fine. So I mean, I guess adrenaline accounts for some, but darn. I'm not going to play the recasting game since it's a brand new movie, but I would say this. If we were going to do this movie again, I say you make it a Paramount movie and
make it in space.
You can make it in space. Well, if we're going to say
instantly better.
I was going to say, I think it would be kind of interesting as if you made this a rated R movie. Let Scorsese get his hands on it. Let it.
Now you're talking. Now I get death.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're gonna get probably a little more violence. You're gonna get some more swears. I don't know. Maybe
some on the boat action, if you know what I mean.
I don't. Please explain, sir.
More fighting, more cussing.
I was gonna say because there's only one woman in this universe, and she's actually there's two women. Are we okay?
Couldn't reach the thing.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's either blowing their nose or grinding coffee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually said grinding coffee. Soundtrack great. I'm just gonna give it an A for awesome. I thought it was really good.
Black coffee.
Trio.
What did we learn? Well, we learned that apparently you can survive in really, really cold water. There you go.
You gotta worry about the shrinkage, though.
There was shrinkage. Okay.
Tiny didn't.
Oh.
He did.
Well, don't go back.
Hey, guess who's not gonna be in Finest Hours too?
that big guy from ER. All right, top three. So we decided to pick rescue.
Like a baby's arm holding an apple.
We decided to do rescue movies. So rescue movies. So there you go. That's our top three. Andrew, your top three, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give an honorable mention to a movie that I just saw on Saturday, and that is Trolls. Took my kids to see that, and there's a
the animated
nice rescue.
Okay.
Yeah, not Troll, but
right.
Trolls, and there's a rescue scene where the movie is to rescue their friends that have been taken by the Bergen, which are the ogre-like creatures. So it's a nice little film.
Okay.
Number 3, 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, cute.
Okay.
Taking it back to a little animated Disney. Number 2, Hook. With Robin Williams.
Wow, yeah.
Where he is rescuing his children. And number 1, going along with our nautical sea theme, Captain Phillips.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually that is a pretty good one.
I've never seen it. I really want to watch it.
Oh, Captain Phillips is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it was offered, or it was. Sorry, I'm trying to get to Facebook because we got a Facebook message for my part, for emails and stuff. And I open up, and the first thing I see is, quote, "If did not vote had been a candidate in the 2016 presidential election, it would have won by a landslide." Sorry. Corny.
Yo, what's up?
Your turn.
All right, so I'm going to give an honorable mention specifically to the scene in Daredevil where they do the one cut where he beats up all those guys to rescue that one person.
Oh, the kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
That was a great scene.
Sorry. All right.
You good?
Kill me now.
Okay.
My number 3. I'm gonna go with Olympus Has Fallen. I know we've done it before, but why not?
No, hey, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's not the movie of the week, so it still works.
Yeah.
All right. My number 2, I'm gonna go with Die Hard.
Right on.
Because I'm gonna go there.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
Truckers.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfather. I said motherfather.
I know. Thank you. I was reaching for my mouse to make a note. Oh, am I gonna have to bring it there? Okay.
All right. And my last one, I'm very glad this actually works, is Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because he has to save Ramona from the last guy, and the entire movie is about him fighting all the evil exes to win her love, to save her from having to deal with those people.
Right. No, that's great. That works.
All right. So I've managed to do it for like the last 3 out of the last 5 movies. Let's see if I can keep this going.
No, that's all right. Hey, right, you keep on keeping on. Sam.
All right. I have got an honorable mention here for Die Hard. And my number 3, it's just cracking me up because spell check changed the spelling to Saving Private Juan.
That's
Oh, yeah, Private Juan, yeah.
That's what they called it in Mexico.
I guess.
Green rebound, right?
Oh, sorry.
What?
I was trying to find...
I've got 100 people down.
Man, where is it?
What do they put in these things anyway?
Dang it. I guess I don't have Yippee-ki-yay because we did Die Hard for an episode, and I don't have Yippee. How do I not have that?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's horrible.
Don't fall asleep. Oh, crap.
Anyway, okay, so 3 is Saving Private Juan. 2 is Star Wars.
You're
New
just
Hope.
going to call it that from now on, Saving Private Juan. It's better than
And-
shaving Ryan's private, so.
Yeah. My number 1 is, of course, Jurassic Park.
Of course. And as Andrew and I said, we knew it would be. And
So
yeah, no,
yeah.
and that's fine. It actually really
You
does.
knew it was coming. Yeah.
No, I did, and it fits way more than the most of the times you try to shoehorn it into the category. Romantic comedies. Well, in Jurassic Park, the dinosaurs love each other and they have babies, therefore romantic comedy.
Yeah. Well, there is that Malcolm and Ellie. You know, they kind of hit it off a little bit.
Not really. Anyway, okay.
In fact, they got married after that movie.
The actors or the...
Yeah, they did.
Really? I didn't know that. That's weird.
Yep.
Gross.
Yeah.
Slight imperfections of the skin.
Oh. My number honorable mention would be The Rescuers Down Under, because that's a funny movie.
Is that the one with the nudity in the window?
No, that's The Rescuers. That's the first one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
So they learned a lesson.
Yeah, well, there's actually
It went off
there's a naked woman in a window painting. It's actually pretty funny. Number 3, Aliens, the second one, where she's got to go get Newt. It was my first rated R movie that Dad ever let me watch, and it was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, because she, we talked about this on the show. It was the first rated R movie Dad let me watch, and I was super fascinated when she took that big machine gun and the blowtorch gun and belt strapped them together and went and took out the queen and then got Newt and then went back to the ship, and then she got into the big exoskeleton fight
thing.
And had a big fight. That was a cool scene. That was very cool. Good job, James Cameron, for making a good movie. I will say this about James Cameron, and this has gotten me in hot water before with some friends, but he is really great at taking someone else's idea and making it better.
Absolutely. Terminator 2. Aliens.
Yeah, Aliens, Terminator 2, Avatar.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Avatar is not original. Now, the way he presented it was original, but it's basically Dances with Wolves, which is basically Pocahontas. Okay, yeah, Fern Gully. Did he direct that or just? Oh, you're saying Avatar is basically Fern Gully.
Avatar is Fern Gully.
Oh,
yeah, if you ever watch Fern Gully, it's
And
down to the bulldozers putting down the trees.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah,
instead of Black Smoke as the bad guy, it's dude with a scar on his face. So
yeah.
Number 2 I wrote was Saving Private Ryan, because
Juan.
Why not? Saving Private Juan. That's hilarious. And number 1 was for me is
I need to be saved. Come and get me.
Nathan Fillion is in that movie, by the way. It's our Serenity Connection.
Yes, he is.
He's the first Raven Private. I can't talk. He's the first Private Ryan. And my number 1 is The Martian.
Ooh.
Oh
I was wondering when someone was going to mention a Matt Damon film because he's a little bitch and has to be rescued in every one of his movies.
Pretty much.
I almost decided to do all Matt Damon movies.
Except the Bourne movies where he's kicking ass.
Yeah.
True.
Which, did anyone see the newest one?
What else is there? You've got Martian and you've got...
Saving Ryan Private.
Saving Juan.
Saving Private
What's
Ryan.
the other... Oh, that's right.
Do what? What did you say, Andrew?
Inception.
Wait, I'm confused.
Is he in Inception?
He's not in Inception.
Right?
What am I thinking about?
I don't know.
Not Inception.
You're thinking of Interstellar.
Interstellar. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Wrong
well, they
I,
do.
Wrong I word.
Yeah, you're right.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Interesting.
Yeah, so 3 times. Good job. And
Man, I'm some eggnog.
Oh, okay. There you go. There's our top 3. That was fun. That was fun as hell. Email. Well, we don't have email, but that's okay. But we have some Facebook activity. So we got on our
We need a little song for that next time that happens.
Oh.
We need a little Facebook jingle.
Okay, then you're gonna get
That pisses me off.
And
son of a bitch must pay.
There you go. So that's all I got. I don't know. What do you want? Corny.
The power of podcast compels you.
How about
Not a great plan.
There you go. So oh no, here it is. This is it. So Facebook page, we get this.
Oh, I feel like a Power Ranger.
There you go. So
wonderful.
Yeah. Sorry. So we got for. Wait, where is it?
Speaking of Power Rangers, is anybody else excited for the new Power Ranger movie?
I did see that. I kind of want to watch it. I watched the original one.
I was not a fan of Power Rangers.
I happen to be in that generation. And yet I do not let my kids watch it.
Yeah,
But I'm kind of excited about the movie in a way.
Yeah, I watched the original one in the theater because at the time the CGI that they had done was actually pretty fantastic, and the Pink Ranger is still hot.
Yes.
Anyway, so jeez, sorry, I'm getting there. I promise. Sorry. So Joseph Perdikovich Jr., which is my brother-in-law, who has started listening to the show, which is very cool, sent me a message on the Facebook and said, got a movie for you. Got to be the coolest / dumbest movie ever. Worst case, you lose only 30 minutes of your life. Kung Fury.
Oh, another Kung Fu.
Yeah. I thought he
Yeah,
had,
man.
And he sent me something else. I just got to find it.
Yeah.
I thought he did. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He did post on what? He posted something on a post that we did. He asked about presidents. When I asked about presidents from when we did London Has Fallen.
Yeah.
He said Chuck Norris is president, and you just don't know it. So there you go. That's his favorite president, apparently. So there you go. So I could have swore we got another request. I just got to
thought I saw Gremlins somewhere.
Yeah, we
didn't
got a request for Gremlins for Christmas. I'm trying to figure out where that was. Was that on Facebook or Twitter?
I thought that was an email.
No, it wasn't an email.
Was it?
No. Anyway, we also got requests to do Gremlins for Christmas, so maybe we'll do that.
Hell yeah.
There you go. That's
I
it.
can do my my Mogwai.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. So we have been. So that's how you get on the show. You just either Facebook message us or Twitter us or whatever, and we will accommodate you because
we'll offend you somehow.
Because we're nice like that. We'll also offend you at some point too.
Or go by Sean's house.
Yeah. Speaking of Sean's house, I don't know why it made me think about this, but I was thinking about this the other day. We need to do another commentary track. We should do that again soon. I like doing
done
those.
that in a while. Yeah.
Have we done one with you, Andrew?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I think we did it like over Skype.
Yeah, we did. You're right. We did. I just don't remember which one it was. Anyway, we should do that again. That was a lot of fun. We've got some stuff coming up that I think actually might work.
Gremlins would actually be a good one to do that with.
Actually, that would be a really good one because some of the movies we got coming up are actually kind of serious movies. Anyway, so that's our show, and we're gonna end it with a little game that we call out of 10. It's not really a game. It's more like a procedure that I say, hey guys, give me your rating of this movie from 1 to 10, and then you tell me it, and I write it down in a little box here. So Andrew, in case people didn't know how a rating scale worked, Andrew, your rating of this movie 1 to 10. Sorry.
Well, since we left out the Nicholas Sparks type romance and just went straight to the story itself, I'm going to go a tad bit higher, but I'm still going to be pretty low. I'm going to say about a 5.7.
All right. I think that's about what IMDb has, actually. No, IMDb is a 6.8, so anyway, that's fine. I mentioned earlier, real quick, I didn't say it out loud, though, or I didn't say it to the show. I said this movie didn't make a whole lot of money. It only made worldwide about $40 million, and it cost $80 million to make.
Ouch.
Yeah, so...
It did indeed.
Yeah,
sink.
it did sink, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Disney can afford it, but still. But I think one of the reasons why is because it came out like the same weekend as like Kung Fu Panda 3 and some other kind of fun summer kind of movies. So anyway, Corny, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 7 Chris pining to lick his face.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
7. That's a pretty high number there, Corny.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I think it was worth the watch one time, but other than that, it's pretty bland. The music was pretty good. The story made sense. More death would have been nice, but
All right.
Nice.
Sam.
I think I'm going to give this one a good 6 dead tinies out of 10.
No.
Floating in the ocean.
No.
Getting eaten bit by bit by small animals.
by Bruce the shark.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So 6. It's good. Like Carney says, it's good to see once, but I think it's good to see once. I don't know if I'd watch it again.
No, yeah, this is definitely not. This was tying to mine. I definitely wouldn't buy this.
Much like watching Sam dance.
Yeah, it's good to see once, but you just don't ever want to watch it again. And it's also like people flapping around in water. I'm gonna give it a good. I'm gonna say 6.45 giant waves that the boat has to go under, because there were some parts of the movie I liked. The soundtrack was good. I really liked that shot down into the belly of the ship. And I thought Chris Pine was actually really good in this movie. So there you go. That's our rating, and it's not that bad. 6.2875. That's not bad. All right. So next week is Halloween.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next week will be Thanksgiving, and I am excited. So the movie we have picked to do for Thanksgiving is Andrew's favoriteest movie of all time. Not really, but he just really wants us to do this movie, and that would be Bone Tomahawk. That's
Hell
right.
yes.
We're doing Bone Tomahawk. It's on Amazon Prime. It's not on Netflix. It's on Amazon Prime. So you have to go there to watch it, or go to Walmart and buy it for $7. I know almost nothing about this movie except that I think there's some cowboys and Indians kind of a thing happening, which is why we're doing it for Thanksgiving, I guess. But there are
boys, I think we're actually in for a treat on this one.
I want you to all
get
watch
drunk.
This. No, I want you to all watch this after you eat your Thanksgiving meal.
Well, that that won't work for the show.
Hey, if it gives you, oh wait, sorry.
Oh, Kurt Russell is in this. Patrick Wilson, Matthew Fox, Richard Jenkins. I know these.
Yeah, I
people.
saw Kurt Russell. That just
David
seems like
Arquette.
someone's going to get shot.
Hey,
Sid
Richard
Haig.
Jenkins, cousin to Leroy.
Yeah, he's good cousin of Leroy. Patrick is not nearly as aggressive as Leroy, though.
Yeah.
It's got some actors in this that I've heard of, so I'm all right. So, and there's at least one girl in it, so that's good too.
Oh, there's a David Arquette sighting.
Yeah, I know. We haven't seen him in a long time. Not since he was just.
Damn it!
What?
This movie, Bone Tomahawk, should have been my number one on my list tonight.
Is it?
I wasn't even thinking.
Oh, well, interesting. It's got a 7.1 on IMDb, so the 39,000 times Andrew voted for it, it's done pretty good.
I got Chad to help too.
No, good. Good for Chad.
Before he passed.
Rest in peace.
Hey, I wonder when Chad starts listening to this podcast again, if he'll actually start hearing how many times we
I don't know.
mourn his death.
I do, however, want, and I mentioned it to somebody, that if there's going to be a movie that we're going to have coming up that I think we need to hit him back on the show for. I think that'd be good. And anyway, also, if you can do math as I can't, 10 episodes away from our 150th episode.
Good
which
Lord.
is pretty cool. So we might do some kind of competition or some kind of thing to have you guys pick that movie. So we've got...
Ladies.
It'll be more than 10 weeks because we will probably miss a week for Christmas. So we probably got about 11 or 12 weeks to make that happen. So we'll talk off air. I'm throwing this at the guys because we didn't talk about it before the show. So anyway, love making up policy on the air. This is great. Anyway, that's going to do it for us.
Love making policy.
Bone Tomahawk is next week. So come back and enjoy the hell out of that. In the meantime...
all up in that bone.
There you go. Sorry, I'll corner you over.
Tomahawk the shit out of it.
Yeah, Andrew was trying to say something like...
In the butt, yes.
There we go.
It's not too far away from the truth.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, I'm scared. Anyway... That's going to do it for us. So leave us a review on iTunes and all those other places that you get your podcasts. We really appreciate them. Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com, where we will maybe have some information.
Priest.
A young priest and an old... No. We'll have info on some... maybe what we're going to do for 150. I don't know. I'm just kind of making up as I go along. But that's pretty much what we do for the show. Anyway, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. Follow us on Twitter at CheapSeatCast. I am at Sean J. Allred at Soneji16, which is Soneji. There's Sam at Johnny Darker16 is Corny, and at A. Jemison is Andrew. And of course, please send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com. We would love to have them. To our British and Canadian friends, shoot us an email and let us know how badly you guys are laughing at us down here. Be kind of fun to know. Because I know you are.
Don't laugh in those countries.
What? Oh. And now they'll never email us. Thank you, Andy.
I know. I'm kidding.
Yeah. And that's going to do it for us.
Well, they all have LOL where they are, so they
They're about a decade and a half behind.
Speaking of AOL, we haven't heard from AOL Jeff in a while. I hope he's doing all right.
Well, I don't think it's our lack of trying.
Yeah, he's probably still only on episode 73 right now. So anyway. So on behalf of Corny, Andrew, Sam, this is Sean saying thank you guys so much for listening. You guys are awesome, and good night.
You want to get married? No, not at all.
Only if you're wearing Dr. Scholl's.